Good morning, everyone. While Ivan is sleeping, I'm going for a pedicure. This is the first time I've seen this in a salon. They're warming my feet in hot water right now. It feels very nice. For some reason, they don't have toe separators here, and look how she rolls a napkin into a rope, then puts it between my toes, and my toes get separated. I've never seen this method before. I'm in my underwear.
It turned out quite nice.
I've really missed cultural events, museums, and theaters. They have that here, and it's cool. I will definitely try to visit as many museums as possible during these days. The last time I was in good museums was, of course, in Moscow. Of course, theaters are something I really miss here. Not just a theater where, some unknown director came up with something, but specifically, productions based on some classical works. Finally, Ivan is in normal clothes. We're going to breakfast and then to the museum. This is what the National Museum of the Philippines looks like. The building was constructed in 1921. It's in a neoclassical style inspired by European parliaments. Here, like everywhere else, the security guards have very beautiful uniforms. See how beautiful she is? She has a real weapon. Indeed, the architecture here is very amazing and looks like European architecture. We are greeted by a statue like this here. By the way, the statue looks a lot like Soviet statues. Here you can read it all for yourselves. It's very beautiful here. They tried to kick Ivan and me out of the museum, saying commercial filming isn't allowed here, but our filming isn't commercial, although they don't like it. A 4-meter painting by the greatest Filipino artist, Juan Luna. The painting is called Spoliarium. This painting is considered a national symbol of struggle and dignity. Let's take a closer look at it. Here we can see dead people being dragged with ropes and women desperate with grief. I'll show you everything I can. The security is watching me very closely, but I have to film this for you so that you can also see that the Philippines is a very cultural country. These are the corridors here. Here is a pink room with different sculptures. Now I'll tell you a little about this museum. The collections in this museum reflect the colonial period, the struggle for independence, and the formation of Filipino culture. I'm showing you everything I can get where the security isn't watching me. This is the section with icons. This is what I love. There are some really interesting icons and paintings here. This museum is just huge. I read that there are also halls here dedicated to modern art. And there are a lot of sculptures, engravings, installations, and very old paintings here. I forgot to say that admission to the museum is free because it's a state museum. And this entire hall is completely filled with wooden sculptures. They're very old, you can tell just by looking at them. A side altar, can you imagine, from the 18th century? In the church of San Nicolas de Tolentino. I wonder why they're all armless. Either they have one arm or no arms at all. There's very little information on the plaques. It just says on the plaques that it's made of wood, or it says the artist is unknown, or it says the artist is known, the artist's name, and that's it. We're going up to the second floor. I don't know if we're allowed to go there. Maybe they'll kick us out now. This is already modern art. The second floor? This is what it looks like here. Also, there's practically no information about the artist or the painting. It's very strange. I don't like modern art because it doesn't have any history behind it. I had to be quiet just now because the security guard followed me and they're looking at me again. They're so annoying. So I'm talking about how great the Philippines is and they're forbidding me from talking about it. What nonsense. But when bloggers film how dangerous and crime-ridden the Philippines is, no one forbids those people from filming. I like the design of the hall, but I don't like that there's so little information. I really like these corridors. They're bright, spacious, with large windows. Just look at how beautiful and unusual this is. Wow. An incredibly beautiful hall. Symbols of the struggle for the independence of the Philippines. I'm very sensitive to fragments like these because I feel sorry for the people. I understand them perfectly because my country also went through very wild reforms, famine, and so on. I know how bad it was for my ancestors. I know my family's history very well. So things like this really touch me. And I'm very grateful that I live in this particular time and grateful for everything I have now because I don't have to fight for my freedom. I love the stucco work here so much. Okay, they're already saying something on the walkie talkie. I'm being followed again. I went up to the second floor. It's incredibly beautiful here. You know, the security guard told me they're worried that I'm just recording audio. They said that I can film but not say anything. So what's the point then? They showed me the clear rules. There should be no professional or commercial filming. My filming is neither commercial nor professional, so that means I can film. It says nothing about audio. I also read the laws. This is a state museum and I can film here. This is the former session hall where various laws were passed. Or as I understand it, this was the former Congress Hall where the Americans helped them. Truly, the building's architecture is amazing. It doesn't feel like I'm in Asia at all. The museum is incredibly interesting, but what's even more interesting are the Catholic churches. I love old Catholic churches. I love them for their architecture and stained glass windows. God, it's so beautiful. If I were building my own house, I'd have a lot of molding and I'd have floor to ceiling stained glass windows. But I also love Russian churches for their gold, their expensive icons, and other things. Do you know why so many oligarchs in Russia build churches specifically? A lot of them are located right on their properties because in our country everything can be confiscated except for precious icons, because that's faith. So here's a life hack for you. If you want to hide a lot of money, invest it in precious icons. In Russia, they really love to do that. Oh, how I love paintings like these. I absolutely love this painting. The girls are picking pears or maybe mangoes, it's not clear what. But the painting is very bright, joyful, and positive. I love this kind of thing. There are many more rooms here with different paintings. I won't show you everything. You should come and see it for yourselves. Here are more girls washing their clothes. A half-naked girl is covering herself. Maybe she was taking a bath. Wait, what bath? It's a river. She was bathing in the river. This is my favorite hall so far. And now I love these paintings. I would love to have these paintings. Especially this one. I need to get rich quick and buy paintings from museums. I think I would buy a lot of paintings. I would need a huge house like a museum so I could display them all there because I absolutely love art. This shows all the first American things brought to the Philippines. Look, they even show movies here. A very beautiful fan. Why don't they make them like this anymore? Oh, this is a gorgeous armchair. Just look at it. And the painting and this frame. Okay, that's it. I'm in love. I'm in love. But why don't they build such luxurious buildings anymore like they used to? Why don't they make such luxurious furniture anymore? I like the center of Moscow because that architecture has been preserved there. And St. Petersburg. Here are some very terrible paintings from the war. Here we see dead people and walking slaves. The atmosphere that these artists are trying to convey, it just gets under my skin and gives me goosebumps. Look, you see a knife in her hand, a crying child, a naked woman they're trying to take by force. Here are dead women, a weapon, and her husband who is being tortured. A terrible painting, just terrible. These paintings should exist. We must remember all the history that happened, but it's very difficult to look at them. Look, this painting actually depicts an American flag, and I believe these are American soldiers. I love museums like this, but I'm very impressionable. I'm in shock. Just look at this. The outfits. Oh my God. How beautiful the jewelry. An amazing museum, just amazing. It says that this is from 1925 to 1950. All these items. You walk into different halls and there's music playing. American old, oh my God, from the 50s, and it immediately creates such a pleasant atmosphere. It's like you're immersed. You look at these paintings, then this furniture, and this music. You just step into an old movie. This is a very nice area here. Behind this golf course, there's an old town. It's also very beautiful there. And pay attention, this is a taxi. The local people made these vehicles themselves. I don't know what they're called. They customize them in different ways and give people rides. But they're not allowed in the areas where we live. So if you decide to take a ride in one, you might not be able to get to your hotel because these people simply won't be able to take you there. Only a Grab taxi can take you there. Once Ivan and I rented one of these carts and took a ride, but they couldn't even take us to the shopping mall or the hotel because they're simply forbidden from entering the normal areas. I call them normal, but they're actually the safe areas. When we leave one safe area, we have to drive through the regular areas where anything can happen. And when we get stuck in traffic, anything can happen. Under any bridge, there are a lot of people who are high on drugs. They can do anything, including attacking you. When we were driving through poor neighborhoods, we saw that people even live in them. Oh, Yvonne couldn't get a taxi, so we're riding in this thing. Is it safe? Of course not. But right now we have no other option because no one could give us internet access. We can't walk anywhere from this museum because we're in a kind of area at the intersection of a safe and an unsafe one. Walking is suicide, so it's best to travel like this. He's just an ordinary person, a regular hard worker who makes a living any way he can. Ivan and I went in to buy some water, and I want to show you a very cheap supermarket. From what I understand, the prices here are very low. You see, the displays here aren't as nicely decorated as in the one from yesterday, but the prices are even lower. 500 grams cost 85 pesos. 100 pesos is $1.07. So you can calculate for yourselves what the prices are like here. Even though this is a very budget-friendly store, everything is still very civilized and decent, and it smells nice. It doesn't smell rotten like in Thai stores. Pretty nice products at very low prices. The prices here are even lower than in Russia. If 100 pesos is almost $2, it's $1.07. Then this, I don't know how many cents that is. That's very little. So for $1, you can get 3 or 4 drinks, depending on the price. So I got 3. Ivan tore his pants. Now I'm going to sew up the hole for him. I'll show you at the same time. I bought this in a vintage store. Look at this beautiful sewing kit. This is what it looks like, but it looks very aesthetically pleasing and beautiful. We're already getting ready for the restaurant. This is my New Year's dress. It's sparkly. I didn't bring a hairstyler from home, and it turns out the beauty salons here closed at 7 p.m. So I don't know what to do with my hair. I really want to style it. I don't like how it looks now. I took a bathrobe belt, and now I'm going to wrap my hair around the bathrobe belt and then heat it all with a hairdryer. It didn't work at all. I have to try again. I decided to try another method, but I don't have any hair clips, so I took a hanger. There are these clips here. I decided to try another method. All's fair in battle. Now I'll take the hairspray. First I'll spray it with hairspray and then I'll heat it up. Hairstyle unboxing. It turned out even better than I thought. I haven't had such a great hairstyle even in a salon. Look at how my bangs turned out. Now I can even put my hair up and it will be very voluminous in the back. I did my hairstyle under field conditions. You're probably shocked you've never seen anything like this. I've developed another life hack. I don't remember which country it was in, but one time we bought pelmeni because everything was closed, but we found a 24-hour Russian store. We bought pelmeni and cooked them in a kettle in the hotel. We just boiled the kettle and cooked the pelmeni. So this is the look. I actually got this look by accident. For now, I put my hair up. It's very hot. I want to show you the appetizers they brought us. We chose a very good restaurant. We've been here before on our last trip. This is what it's called. Here's cheese, melon, and prosciutto. This sweet melon and this salty prosciutto, they go together perfectly. I have simply the best cocktail in the world. Spritz with guava. This is a very delicious restaurant. If you're ever in Manila, you should definitely stop by for dinner. These are much cooler fireworks than anywhere else. It's incredibly long and it's incredibly beautiful. I can't believe my eyes. I'm experiencing absolute happiness here. Happy New Year to everyone, my friends. Thanks everyone for watching. Leave a like, write a comment, be happy in the new year. I wish you all the best. Thanks everyone for watching.